So I went through a new automated car wash this morning that just opened up in my city because as a detailer, I want to take you guys into really the differences between an automatic car wash and a detailing experience. So let's jump in. So when you roll up in your car to the car wash, there's a sign outside that says, "Attention, our wash is safe, but we are not responsible for loose trim or previously damaged parts, automatic windshield wipers, ski bike racks, unlowered antennas, aluminum or clear-coated rims, non-factory equipment, vehicles older than 3 years, and pickup truck beds must be free of any objects or debris." So when I saw this, I thought I had to take a picture of it because it's kind of funny because it says in big letters, "Our car wash is safe, but we're not responsible for any vehicles older than 3 years." I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, is a 3-year-old vehicle that old or prone to damage from these automatic car washes? So let me take you guys through the experience here. When you go into the entrance of the car wash, there are two guys that are basically scrubbing down with really big long brushes the front bumper of your car and kind of that front area, of course the fenders as well, and especially the windshield. So they're like scrubbing pretty hard all over the hood and all over the windshield, and a lot of what they're doing on the windshield is scrubbing off those bugs and kind of more difficult to wash off areas with nothing but a touchless car wash. And so that's why those two guys are there, because really that front area of your car is going to be the area where there's the most dirt that it's not going to come off with just a regular car wash. So that's why they have to be there, right? Then they're also putting some chemical down on the windshield that's going to make it kind of like a Rain-X feel to it. Then as you go through the car wash, of course, it starts to basically just get beat with these huge brushes like any automatic car wash would. Of course, you're getting soap sprayed from either side, the right and the left, and of course down on the top. Now I had the option to get an undercarriage wash, but decided not to. Now for your reference, this was a $15 single automatic car wash. So it cost a little more than I actually anticipated it would. As you're going through, you're getting hit from the top, from the front, from the back, and from the side with these gigantic brushes. And you guys can even hear how loud it is and how much the car is just being destroyed. Now the Prius that I'm in is kind of the car that I use to test things on. So this isn't technically my daily driver, but I use it in a lot of videos whenever I'm doing testing or when I'm doing something where I just don't care about the paint. Now what's cool about the car wash is, well, the lights, right? It's kind of a cool experience. But other than that, as you go through, they do spray a sort of rinsing aid on the paint, and you guys can see the way they sprayed it on the paint, rinsed it with regular hard water, and then start blowing it with those industrial blowers. You could see how quickly all that water got pushed off the windshield. It beat it up. That's that product, Easy Beads, or the Formula 4 spray wax. Whatever they're using here, it's that same type of formulation where they spray it on top of the hard water, rinse it, and then use those industrial grade blowers to blow everything off. Now, a couple notes, you guys can see that left over, you've got actually a bunch of hard water spots on the windshield. You're gonna have a bunch of hard water spots on the paint, but it took probably about 2 minutes in order to go through that entire thing. That was super fast. Now, I wanna speak to the hobbyist, just the regular car owner, as well as the professional detailer here for just a moment. Let me make a pros list for the automatic car wash, because honestly, as a detailer, it's easy to just bash car washes, but the reality is there actually is a place for what we just experienced, which is number one, when you're a detailer and you're dealing with a customer who has a nasty car, let's say it's a truck and it's a hunting truck and they take it off-road and it's nasty, but you don't really care about the paint. It's just a utility truck. Oftentimes, anytime I have a customer like that, I'll actually tell them to bring that car through an automatic car wash just like this before they ever come see me, so that the undercarriage can get rid of all that gunk underneath and they can basically take off the grunt work that I don't want to do. And because we don't care about the paint anyways, kind of like the Prius I'm describing in this video, it really doesn't matter, and it only makes my life easier. In fact, really, I only see vehicles in my detailing business that don't require a bunch of grunt work. Now, in addition to that, if you are a consumer who really does not care about your vehicle, of course, this is a really easy way to just get some spit shine curb appeal onto the car, and you can do it for about $15. Now, there's also a membership at most automatic car washes like this that would be far less per month, and you can kind of go in unlimited amount of times. But I want to go ahead and switch over to the con column here and take you guys in for the after result of the car so that you guys can see what was taken care of and what was not. Basically, what you can see is if we take a step back and look in the shade from a distance at the car, it looks really shiny and it looks good, right? The shine is from that rinsing aid they sprayed on the end to make that hard water fall off the paint. But the reality is, for example, when we look at the wheel wells, the wheels, the tires, you can see that as things dry, you've got a ton of dirt, a ton of grease, a ton of grime left over. And frankly, it kind of looks even maybe a little worse than it did before, because you've got some parts that are kind of clean and then other parts that are just really splotchy and dirty, and it looks super uneven. Now the paint looks relatively clean, but you still got a lot of hard water spots that are left over, and often in those hard water spots is actually mixed kind of a solution of course, the regular minerals that are in hard water, the rinsing aid itself, and then some of the soapy solution they used, and they do tend, I've found, to etch into people's paint even a little bit faster than just regular hard water spots would. And so this is going into that con column in addition to just like the leftover grease, grime, and dirt that's on the paint. The other thing you guys can see is the windshield, the front, the bumper actually looks relatively good if you ignore the damage that's naturally on this car, because that's where they actually scrubbed it manually. Now, the brushes they used are long, they're probably super scratchy, and they destroy the paint, but they're using them on everybody's car, so I can assume that that's the case. When we go to the back and the trunk area of the car, you can see that that's really the dirtiest area, because honestly, it's kind of the area where everything gets pushed to as you're going out of the car wash, and so all of those hard water spots kind of congregate there, all of the leftover dirt congregates there, and the trunk really looks almost like it wasn't really washed. And so again, you're getting just a halfway job done, maybe even less than halfway when you go to an automatic car wash like this. Now, the other thing that I would point out here is that when I was going into the automatic car wash, because it's a new car wash, there's actually a guy at the front who's kind of trying to sell you on a membership, and it felt almost like you were going up to a used car salesman on some sort of car lot, and it kind of dampens the whole experience. Now, as much as I don't like automatic car washes because they really do absolutely destroy car paint over time, there are two main things I want to take away that I think we can learn as detailers from car washes like this. Number one, making sure that you separate cleaning that front bumper area, the bug detail, the windshield detail, those areas that don't naturally get taken care of with just a wash from the actual wash process is going to not only systematize your exterior detail process, but it's going to get you way better results in a lot less time. Because what most detailers do is they're washing the car and they're trying to take care of the details as they're washing. The reality is, if you could step back, wash the car, take the surface dirt off, then address the windshield, front bumper, bugs, all that sort of stuff kind of in its own compartment, it ends up pushing the detail a lot faster. The second thing is there are certain products, like I said, like the rinsing aid that we've talked about before on the channel, that are used by industrial grade car washes that can be adopted for detailers in a really effective way. For example, the Formula 4 spray wax or the Easy Beads product is a great way for a detailer to avoid buying a deionized water tank and use a chemical that actually allows you to avoid hard water spots on the paint. If you're a mobile detailer, detailing in the sun, washing in the sun, these are great products to adopt into your business to make your life a whole lot easier. And if you're interested in checking out the video where I talk about that product, make sure to go in the YouTube description box below, because I will make sure to link it up so you guys can see it. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a helpful way to distinguish between what an automatic car wash does and then what it doesn't do, kind of in the real world from a detailer's perspective. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I will see you in the next video.